Hey there, Marc Shelton with ProHangers Supply. ProHangers Supply is the North, Central, and South American representative for tapo-fix pasting machines and material dispensers. Today, I would like to take some time to discuss the S-Series pasting machine with you. This is our S2032, and it also has its 40-inch version, the S2040. This is a tabletop pasting machine that comes direct from the factory in the box with setup to use on a pasting table. For today's purposes, for a demonstration, we have it set up on our GT80F pasting table, but this is not included in the set. What is included is your pasting machine. You also get sliding material brackets that work on the front of your pasting machine to hold your material that are adjustable, so you can adjust for widths up to 32 inches. On your 40-inch version, it adjusts up to 40 inches. Each machine comes equipped with a carrying handle so that when it is empty and doesn't have paste in it, you can carry it in that direction like a suitcase. And it also comes with convenient handles on both sides so that you can lift the machine when it is full of paste to be able to move it around the job site. So this, the S-Series, was developed in conjunction with the need for a machine that would handle more viscous paste like that we use in North America. The original pasting machines were more designed for cellulose and metalin paste, and this was designed as a geared pasting machine that would handle a more viscous product. So in the design, there are gears that are built in, and this is a 2-roller system. Original pasting machines were just a single roller system with just friction, no gears in the operation. So this machine actually has a gearing system, 2 rollers that are each geared. You have a drive roller on the top that, as that turns, it spins the feed roller and the paste roller that are underneath. This allows the machine, once you feed paper onto the machine and begin pulling, the gearing system activates and assists, and you can pull through and apply more thicker paste, more viscous paste onto your material. The gears are housed inside a stainless sealed housing inside the paste well, so they are not coming in contact with your paste. They are free of paste, so all your torque and your tension is retained and not hampered by paste getting into the gears. This is a system that uses a scraper bar. You have a single point of adjustment that is adjusted by loosening a screw, a set screw, and then turning your scraper bar to adjust the level of paste. Increase is this direction, decrease this direction. You have a bar with rows that either allow or hinder the paste to pass by. So the paste is applied to the material full strength, and then it is taken back off the material as it passes over the scraper bar to the increments that you desire. Very, very heavy to very light and everywhere in between. You have full control of your paste levels. So again, this is a geared pasting machine that is designed for heavier paste. So we recommend that this, if you like to use products such as 838, GH34, strippable clay such as your 774, this is the ideal machine for those types of paste. It also works well with the other paste that work in our CBX machines, your 780, your 880, those types of products also work well, but this is going to handle a more viscous product, and that does not have to be diluted to be able to run through the machine properly. The machine mounts on to your booking table with this bracket, and it is secure. It will not come off the machine, come off your table with this bracket activated. And it is designed so that the internal works of the pasting machine completely removed for cleaning or for changing paste. Also included with your pasting machine is a cleaning squeegee that is designed to fit the shape of your paste well and be able to rake your paste into your drain plug that is now, with our new design, centered in the bottom of the paste well. This is an improvement from previous designs. So now when you're draining your paste out of your paste well, You do not have to try and rake it up onto the slope section as before, but the gravity does its job. It drains, and this is also compatible with our new swivels for this machine, which also have a cutout so that draining can take place when it is mounted on a stand and a swivel. Stands are available for this machine as a separate accessory. This does not come with a stand out of the box, but we have the new stands that are designed to be able to adapt to all of our tables and all of our swivels. So this does not come with that, but that is an optional accessory that can be added. Another feature that is provided with the S-type pasting machines is the ability to be able to run pre-pasted paper through this machine using water or a pre-mixed activator such as Roman makes that can be poured in as a liquid and then applied to the paste side of the pre-pasted paper. It's a dual roller system, or actually a tri-roller system, with a feed roller, a paste roller, and a drive roller. In paste mode, you have indicators on here, but when you're in paste mode, there is a slight gap between your feed roller and your paste roller to allow the paste to be picked up and then transferred from the feed roller to the paste roller. In pre-pasted mode, or activator mode as it's called on your label here, the rollers need to be touching one another and able to pass that liquid, that activator or water, from the feed roller to the paste roller. So there's a process to be able to do that. Tapo-fix thought about that, said we need to make this machine be able to work with activator and pre-pasted paper just like our CBX machines. And so there's a process for being able to do that. You have indicators on your lid that show which way that you turn your paste roller to be in paste mode or applicator mode. As shown here, with the red end of your paste roller to this end, you are in paste mode. And there is a gap that is created by grooves between the feed roller and the paste roller that create a gap between the two rollers. When the paste roller is reversed, now the gap is removed and the two rollers are touching each other, allowing the activator or the water to be picked up by the feed roller and transferred to the paste roller and then to the material. Now when you're doing this, there are two set screws right here that have to be loosened and then retightened once you make the switch from activator mode to paste mode or reversed. Also, because a scraper bar is not needed when dealing with pre-pasted paper, you simply, before you start, loosen your set screw on your scraper bar, take the guts of your works out of your paste well, loosen the set screw on your scraper bar, and then push it to the side and simply remove it from the machine. When you go back into paste mode, return your scraper bar to the original position. Now that we've discussed the basic features and functions of the S-type pasting machine, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to work with the various accessories that are available for this machine. Again, this is a tabletop machine that comes just with the pasting machine and the cleaning squeegee and the material brackets. But other accessories can be added to make this a more functional machine. We today are using the S2032, again, which is a 32-inch wide working width, and we have it mounted on our GT80F, which has a 34-inch width. So it's perfect for a 32-inch width machine. For the wider S2040, which is a 40-inch working width, you can add the table extension that extends the machine, extends the table out enough to work with the 40-inch machine. But today we're going to just work with our GT80F, again 80 inches in length, 34 inches in width, and we're going to add a couple accessories to these. So the first accessory that I find absolutely necessary is our counter. This is the MZCBI. It's in inches, and this works across platforms. It works with both the S-type and the CBX type. The only exception to that is the CB56, which has the same counter, but a wider bracket to accommodate the larger paste well. But this counter is going to work with all your platforms on your 40-inch, your 32-inch, and your smaller machines in the CBX series. So we're going to set that to the side, and we're also I'm going to show you the swivel, which is another accessory. This is our our swivel design for our 32-inch machines. This will work with our S2032 and also our CB75X. This is a new design swivel, very sturdy, very solid construction, and it is designed to support the entire weight of the machine rather than our older swivels that were smaller that only and had less stability in the center. It has a cutout in the middle so that once the swivel is attached and you have it mounted on a stand, which is another accessory, it can be drained with the swivel attached. To be able to drain the machine, of course, when it's on a table, it has to be removed from the tabletop. The swivel also has a new locking mechanism that allows the swivel to be locked when you're transporting and also when you're draining and filling your machine or attaching it. So to put our swivel on, we're going to simply use our handles that come here. This allows you to be able to lift the machine without putting a strain on your lower back. And we're going to put our swivel. We have brackets on the back of the table that line up with the slots on your swivel that are the same as on your machine. You simply drop in place. And now your swivel is locked in. And again, we have the lock activated so that we can put our machine back on. To the swivel. Brass thumb screws are supplied so that once your machine is set on top of your swivel, it is also locked in place and not able to move. Once we have this set up, your counter is adjustable across the back of your paste well and also can be placed dead center by simply tightening your thumb screw. Your counter rests on your drive roller, and as material passes through your machine, the counter is activated and it counts off in very accurate inches so that you can you're able to measure your material as you're pulling it through, as you're pasting it. So you're cutting your processes down to a very minimum time that would take 3-4 times as long to do each one of those steps separately. So you're measuring, cutting, pasting your material, and you also have the added benefit of being able to work with a swivel, so you're not bending over your table to pull your material, but now you are pulling your material from a 45-degree angle. You're able to pull it straight with a straight back, and also without applying torque to one side or the other of your paper as you're pulling. You're able to pull straight and evenly and not put pressure on your material. So that is our basic setup for the S2032 that also works with our S2040. So now that we have our pasting machine set up on our booking table, we're ready to start pasting. We've got our swivel attached to the table, our pasting machine attached to the swivel, our counter mounted. Now we're ready to put paste in the machine, load our material, and start booking and pasting. So today we are going to be using some T-bow. This is a faux grass vinyl from T-bow, and we're going to be using our Roman 838 paste. Again, 838 is a thicker, more viscous paste than many of your other Roman lines, and this machine is specially designed to handle paste like this. This is straight out of the bucket. This has been whipped with a drill and a mixer, but no water has been added. It's not been diluted as recommended by Roman. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to get paste in this machine, show you how we get it loaded, how we get it started, and go ahead and pull a few pieces. So again, we're using 838. This machine is also suitable for 780, 880, but it also will handle 774 strippable. It will handle 234 very well. 234, you just whip it to the consistency that you need it, and it flows through all of our S-type and our CBX type. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this up evenly across the paste well. And since this will be the first time that I'm using this machine, it didn't have paste in it before, we're going to go ahead and prime the roller. So because this is a geared machine, I don't have to turn the paste roller by hand. I can actually turn the drive roller, and it is going to activate that feed roller at the bottom of the paste well. Feed roller starts picking up paste. The voids start filling in underneath the feed roller, transferring that paste to the paste roller. So after you do that, your voids are going to fill in, and you're probably going to need to add a little bit more paste on your first go round. Once you're set up and you're pasting, then you just add paste as needed. I usually go ahead and fill up my paste well as I'm changing rolls. But with thinner paper, sometimes I can pull 2 rolls before I have to add any more paste. So now we have paste in the machine, and we need to set our paste levels. So again, we have a scraper bar, a single point of being able to adjust our paste well. As we adjust this scraper bar, you have indications on your lid that show increase and decrease. So if I take my screwdriver, I'm going to loosen my set screw, and this way is going to increase paste. Back towards the front here is going to decrease. And that is changing the angle of the grooves on your scraper bar, either blocking the paste or allowing more paste to pass. So I usually start with a heavier material. Like I said, this is a faux grass vinyl. I'm going to start about midways and just pull a piece and see how it goes. And then I adjust from there. One convenient thing about your S-Series is these sliding brackets. You have varying widths from 18 inch, 20.5 inch, 27 inch. You've got your various liners that are 30 inch, 31 inch. You're not having to spend a lot of time loading your material. It's that quick. Put it on your brackets and you're good to go. I've locked my lid in place. That's another feature with the S-Series that allows it to handle heavier materials. The locking lid, this little feature right here, this little tab that holds that lid in place, keeps that pressure on the material so it is locked and it is pressed against your paste roller as it's coming through the machine. Now I'm going to go ahead, release my lock. And I'm a left-hander, so I pull from this direction typically. Most installers are going to probably set up and pull from the other direction. The great thing about the new swivel, it allows for both. Previous swivels only were really set up for right-handers, but now lefties and righties equally have the ability to use this machine. You have a built-in cutting edge on your machine on the front here that allows you to cut your material once you get to your desired length. So I've got my paste well filled, my material loaded, my counter set in place. I simply zero out my counter and I begin pulling to the desired length. And now, if I see my material and my paste is light, on this heavier material, I need to adjust. So on my first pull, I probably would have stopped if I was on an actual installation and gone ahead, adjusted my set screw, and added more paste. I'm going to move it up about another quarter turn. And once again, continue to pull swiveling away from my table so that I'm straight, my back is straight, and I'm applying even pressure to the material as I'm pulling it through. And so that now you can see that paste has increased from here to here. And now that's going to be about the right paste level that I need to hang this material. So I'm ready to go ahead and cut and book. And I'm ready to go to the wall. Now that we have our paste machine full of paste, we have our paste settings set correctly with our scraper bar, and we're pulling, pasting, and booking material, we can go ahead and use the features of our table. Again, when you're switching between paste mode and activator mode, when you start out for the day, always make sure that you have your paste roller turned into the correct position. So now we have our paste. You can see we've got a good even coat of paste. We've got it adjusted correctly for this width material, because I can tell because my material is slipping into place and booking easily, but without any paste coming over the edges. So we're clean. We're not having any transfer of paste onto the material, but it is sliding and booking without any difficulty. So this is going to be just about the right thickness that we're going to need of our paste to be able to apply it to the wall and not have paste coming out at our edges and our seams. Just enough to stick it. Again, this is undiluted 838, Roman 838 that we're using. So we've got it just right. Got our material booked. And so now with our GT80F, there is a built-in feature on your GT80F. So the GT80F has this built-in stainless steel cutting slot with a slotted center that is designed to be able to, once you have pasted and booked your material, to be able to cut your material to widths needed to be able to get to corners or to doors, to be able to get to be able to fill in headers and that sort of thing. So you take, once your material is booked, you simply line it up. On the new tables, we have this marked in inches, and it works from left to center or from right to center, either direction. So we're going to go ahead and line this up at the width that I need, off of the side that I need. You can also use a straight edge to apply pressure just to one side, depending on if you're left-handed or right-handed. You can go ahead and place a straight edge right on the side to be able to hold this down into place, and sometimes that's going to work a little bit better. But you can also just freehand it if you don't need as quite as a finished edge, but a straight edge helps if you're looking for a perfect finished edge. So now I have my 10-inch piece that I need to be able to get to my door or my corner, and I haven't had to pull out any new tools or new equipment. I'm ready to get to the wall. A new accessory that is available to the S-type pasting machines is the MST 2032 and the MST 2040 stands. We previously had one stand that fit both S-type machines, but we have now made a stand that is specifically made for each, the 32-inch width and the 40-inch width, and have incorporated this arm onto the stand that allows these machines now to be used with all of our table accessories. Both the GTK, the GTF, and the GTN tables will now all fit with the S-type and work in conjunction with the S-type machines. So same features and functions as the CBX. You have folding legs that fold up and lock into place using this locking mechanism. The legs fold up, stay in place for storage and transport. You also have locks that slide down and prevent these legs from folding in while in use. So now we're going to take this S2032, where we've got it set up on our table and our swivel, and go ahead and transfer it to our MST 2032 stand. So we just simply take off our brass nuts. Now this machine is full of paste, and typically I would go ahead and mount to my stand before I fill my machine with paste. It's a little easier to handle that way, a little easier to attach. But with these handles, it is possible to do full of paste. And we're going to go ahead and line this up on the back. We have a couple threaded bolts back here that our nuts marry to. Also important is there is a catch right here that this lip, as you're loading onto the stand, slides under, and that prevents it from moving forward. Your nuts on the back, once you tighten them down, onto the threaded bolts, your machine is now secure, not moving sideways, forward, or back. You're ready to go ahead and start using this stand with your pasting machine. The stand also comes, like the CBX series, with a material rod with your washers on the end, so that you can also, you have the option of using your brackets that come with your machine, but now you also have a material rod that you can use with your stand. You can switch back and forth easily between two materials. Have one, if you're hanging two different accent walls, load one material with your brackets onto your front of your pasting machine, have a second material loaded here, switch back and forth within seconds. So this is the MST 2032 stand, and we also have the MST 2040 stand for the S2040. Our new MST 2032 folding stand with locking casters also works with the new swivels. This is the SWL 3275, meaning it works with our S2032 pasting machine and also our CB75X. So this new stand is designed so that both machines can, and the swivel can attach to it. So we're going to go ahead and set it up. We're going to take our swivel from our table. We have tabs on the front that lock into place, that slide into place, and then we have welded, threaded bolts that the back side of the swivel slide into, and now we're going to attach those, screw those on, and your swivel is secure to your stand. Again, the new locking mechanism of the swivel allows it to be put onto your stand without having to fight it moving around on you, and now you can also mount your pasting machine onto your swivel without it running away from you and making it easy and quick to do. Again, we're using a pasting machine that is full of paste, so we don't want it to be awkward. And so having that swivel locked into place allows us to do that. Again, we're underneath our tab in the front, so our lip, our stainless steel lip on the front of the machine goes underneath this tab, keeping it from going further forward. We're in place here. And we go ahead, put our nuts on. And now our swivel is attached to our stand, our machine is attached to our swivel, and we're ready to start pasting. We can take this and we can put it with a table and use this setup in conjunction with your pasting table. All this is also available for your S2040 machine in wider widths. Wider width stand, wider width swivel, designed to work with that machine. So now we have our S2032 pasting machine attached to our SWL 3275 swivel and our MST 2032 stand. So with this setup, we can use our GT80F table, but we're not going to connect it to the table as you can do when you don't have the swivel. When you have the swivel, you have to put about a hand's width between your stand and your table so that the swivel can do what it does. With that distance between the stand and the table, you're able to swivel in both directions without your material hitting up against the edge of your table. So if you take the swivel out, you are able to connect your stand to the table with these brackets, and with brackets that are provided with the table that marry with the stand. But when the swivel is in use, you want to put about that distance. About 4 inches is adequate to allow it to swivel into place and to be able to function properly. So we're going to go ahead, load this up. Again, we're using Roman 838. And we've got another Tebow faux grass vinyl material that we're pulling through. It's a heavy material and a heavy paste, so it's well suited for our S-type pasting machine. So again, we pulled this through. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. And we can see our paste is coming through even, side to side, at the proper amount to where it's not going to be too heavy. We're not going to have problems with it coming out around our seams. And if I had a heavier material, I simply adjust my scraper bar to a heavier setting, and vice versa for a lighter material. Again, with the swivel, I'm not having to reach over, bend over my table. I'm pulling from an upright position and applying even pressure to my material. Our panel is cut, measured, pasted, booked. We're ready to go to the wall. All of tapo-fix's MST and UG stands now come ready to adapt and attach to the booking tables that are provided as accessories. The booking tables come with the necessary hardware that can be added to the stand to be able to make the connection between table and stand when the swivel is not in use. If the swivel is attached, the stand needs to be set apart from the table when you're using a full booking table. But when the swivel is not in use and you want to attach your stand and pasting machine so that it'll work in tandem, you simply connect and drop in. Now, I have a single mobile unit that works with me, goes with me on the job site where I need to go. This becomes a transportation platform that I can put my material, my tools, my adhesives, and move it from space to space. When I'm ready to break down for the end of the day, it quickly comes apart, and then you can fold up your tables and take your machine down separately. Also available in our line of tapo-fix accessories for our pasting machines is our GTN series of booking tables. These are half pasting tables that attach to your stand, fold out with two sets of legs rather than 4 as on our full booking tables, and create a short booking table that works for areas where you don't have a lot of space to set up and makes it very mobile and easy to set up without taking up much space. We are using our S2032 pasting machine along with our GT75N booking table. These booking tables are available in wider widths that work with our CB1000X and also with our S2040. This particular table that we're using with our S2032 also works with our CB75. The table comes with a carrying handle that allows you to transport the table from place to place when you're carrying it or transporting it separate from your stand. In conjunction with your stand, you have hooks on your stand that catch the handle and make it to where it moves in tandem when you unlock your wheels, the whole unit can be moved from place to place. Brackets that fit into your stand attach with this bar on your booking table and make that connection possible. So to set it up, simply start by raising the bar, lining it up with your brackets, dropping your legs, locking it into place. It also comes with folding shelves that add space for your material, for your hand tools, for anything else that you need to store and keep out of the way and off the floor. Last step, lock this into place so your table is now able to work in tandem with your pasting machine. If you have to move from room to room or space to space within a job site, now your table and your machine go with you wherever you need it. Now that we have our GTN table set up to our S-Series pasting machine, where we're using an S2032 and the GT75N, we've got it set up. We're ready to start pasting. We've got paste in our machine. So let's go ahead and put this thing to work. So with the addition of the new stand, you now have options to put 2 rolls of paper on your machine. So I could start by loading from here and running that material, and I could alternate from here without having to change setups. So we had this machine set up for a heavier vinyl material. So we're going to go ahead and adjust our paste a little bit using our scraper bar, dialing it down this direction so it won't be so heavy on this thinner non-woven. Cut it off using my cutting edge that's provided on the front of the lid, and I'm ready to start pulling. As I come around to the end of the table, because it's a short table, I can get in the direction that my swivel normally would allow me to be in, pulling evenly and standing straight. Now that we have our GTN booking table set up to our S2032 pasting machine using our new MST 2032 stand, we're ready to start pasting, cutting, and booking. Today we're going to be using some Rash non-woven. This is a German manufacturer, and we're going to run this through our machine using Roman 838. As you can see, with my new stand, I've got the ability to have another roll ready to go to load if I'm working with several materials on one job, so I don't have to take time switching back and forth. So we're going to run it off the top, go ahead and load this into our machine. Again, we move our counter into place so that when we cut along our cutting edge, our material doesn't flat back on us. Not so much an issue with this material, it's very flexible, but some stiffer materials will go back on you if you don't have your counter in place. So you want to go ahead and take care of that, zero it out, and then we'll just start pulling. We've got our paste settings already set, adjusting our scraper bar and setting our set screw to the amount we want. With this short booking table, I have a short period of pulling from the side, but because it's only 35 inches, in this direction, now I'm able to position myself in the same position as I would be with a swivel, pulling with a straight back and with even pressure on both sides. Go ahead and using our cutting edge again, cut our material and book it. With all of our new GTF and GTN booking tables, they're scaled in inches and come equipped with the cutting slot in the middle as a center point with a slot down the middle and inches spreading out in either direction so that I can take widths off of my material as needed. Incorporated with a mobile bar, I can take desired widths off of either side by lining up the edge at the point in inches that I want. 10 inches here or 10 inches here, lining that up using this edge. You can also, if your strips are long enough, that works good on shorter pieces, but on longer strips, you can just line it up without the bar and still find your edge. We're going to go ahead and move this into place. Again, marking it at the point that we want, off the side that we want, lining it up on the edge. Now we move our bar into place to work as a straight edge or something to stabilize that point. Take our knife, insert it into the slot, and now we have our edges cut, nice clean edge, and no extra tools needed, everything provided right here on your table. When you get ready to fold your table up in the reverse process that we set it up, you start by putting this back into place so everything folds up neatly, quickly, and efficiently. Also, you'll note we have utilized our folding shelves. Now, when we unlock our casters, we are able to take not just our pasting machine and our table from place to place on the job site, but now we can take our adhesive, our hand tools, our rolls of material, all travel with us. A new addition to the tapo-fix family of products is the GTK series booking table. This was inspired by our commercial line of pasting machines that has a booking table that attaches to the frame. So we have come up with a small booking table that attaches to our MST and our UG stands for our 32 and 40-inch model pasting machines. The table comes equipped with a bracket that has 3 settings, so it's height adjustable. You have 2.5 inches of distance that you can either adjust up or down to adjust for your particular height setting. The table quickly drops into place into your stand, and now you have a short surface that you can work on. It incorporates visual lines on either side so that once you pull material through, and if you need to cut widths, if you need to cut different widths of material, you can rotate your material and you have a means of creating a right angle along this stainless steel cutting edge. So we're going to go ahead and load our material onto our pasting machine and give it a try. Again, today we're working with Roman 838 in our S2032 pasting machine. This is also available in a GT 1000K that works with our CB 1000 and our S2040 pasting machines. A little wider width, but same size, same function. So, put our counter in place. We have our wheels locked. We have our pace setting set where we want it for this particular material. We're gonna go ahead and get started. Clear out our counter. Now, for accent walls, small jobs, or any place where you don't have a lot of space to set up, you now have an option to book your table quick and easy, book your material quick and easy, and if you need to make cuts, you line up on your right angle of your lines, either side, either direction. Use your stainless steel cutting edge to make your cut, using your ruler to measure, and you're in business. This is also mobile and reversible. So once you're finished working for the day, you've put your machine up, you already have plastic, you've got it cleaned up. You simply take your table, reverse it, drop it into place, and now you have a shelf that is covering and protecting the working parts of your machine, and also that can transport tool belts, hand tools, other materials on top once you're ready to put your machine up for the day.